Uh, so hi, one of the Good Noise podcast with Big Big Sigh. We're gonna ask him some questions today. I'm gonna start. So, what inspired you to start the project, and what does your name mean?
I'll do your questions in reverse order.
All right.
Okay.
The name is kind of just a meme. My friend Cammy thought of it. It was freshman year. We were in our dorm one night, and we were just thinking and bouncing off random names, and we were just like, and then I was like, a big big sigh, and so that was kind of funny and just kind of a meme that I've kind of taken along the way. And this project, I haven't been releasing. Probably I did a fuller release. My first EP was 4 songs, and I did a couple singles after that, and then I just had the space where I didn't do anything. Felt
Yeah.
really really bad about that. So I said, let's do a whole album.
Yeah.
And so I was like 10 songs, put them up, and that kind of just I guess the guilt behind not releasing anything really motivated this one. But then there's a deeper philosophical kind of reasoning behind the album as a whole. But yeah.
Sick. All right. So you mentioned your newest album, Brand New Memories.
Mhm.
Congrats on that
Yes.
release, of course. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel the response to it so far?
We just passed 1,000 streams yesterday.
Let's go.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's
bro.
go.
Yeah. I was really surprised. I thought I would have to like do a huge marketing push for that, but no, we passed 1,000 yesterday organically, and that was great. It's kind of crazy just of the real, like, I haven't really done this before with like a full release and like leading up to it and a countdown and like a release party, and I kind of all did that on that all kind of concluded on release day this past Friday. And so it was a lot of fun. My friends really like it, and it doesn't annoy them yet, so that's
That's
my
good.
biggest kind of success. Yeah, my girlfriend doesn't hate me yet, so
That's
that's
all.
great.
That's also
That's-
really good.
That's the bonus right there. That one and your mother liking the album. Those are like
Yes.
the two
Oh, yeah.
lock-ins right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
My parents, I think they eventually kind of found it. They don't do technology well, so I sent them a YouTube clip, and they said, "Oh, okay, we can listen to this."
This
I
is-
said,
this
"Great,
is
yeah,
good.
That's
Yeah.
good.
They're not
Very
streaming
happy
it
to
on
hear that.
Spotify. The Spotify numbers aren't going up when they're listening to it.
yeah."
Um,
It's YouTube, yeah.
yeah.
YouTube
From
though.
my parents.
YouTube,
Popping
though.
off.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, any meaning behind the album name or cover art?
Yeah, a large amount of meaning. Yeah. So brand new memories as a whole. I kind of found my basis of it just kind of looking through old photos and stuff. I got really bored over quarantine, as I'm sure uh, you both did.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of yeah. And I was kind of just going through old memories and stuff, and just finding things that I didn't really remember that I did, or like memories I had with friends, or just places I go that I just forgot about because we're all doing so much stuff. So brand new memories kind of focuses on the memories that we don't really remember every day, and so the individual moments that that really come to light when we're bored, or when we're just not thinking about it. I a couple months ago, I remembered the story of how my girlfriend and I actually met. Was through our mutual friend who she was dating, and we met in the dining hall freshman year, and I didn't remember that, and she did, and she told me that story, and I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that did happen. So then I wrote
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I wrote a song about it, and that's what Land of Good Living turned into. Was one of those brand new memories. Yeah.
That's really cool. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
And the cover
And
art.
the album cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
I designed that with my friend Dylan Davis from back home. There's so many things. Have you looked at the cover art at all?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
on the left side is it's a big brick building, and that's actually the music building. I can actually point to it. That's so cool. Out the
Oh,
window.
that's
So the cover art, is that
Yes.
where you're
the cover
drawing it?
art. Hmm.
Got you. On the left side is the music building that I can point out to, and that's kind of a safe haven for all of us music students here. And then on the right side is my childhood home that I just moved out of, and that was a big kind of emotional brand new memory, I guess. we moved out this past summer. My parents moved completely from New York State to Tennessee, of
Oh,
all
wow.
places. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was a huge move. Are you guys coming through all right? Do you get me coming through all right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
All-
gotcha.
Everything's good
It's all
on
good.
all the
Zoom
ends.
lag. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Awesome.
It's
Sorry
all
about
good. It's all
No
good.
worries.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. That's a cool just idea having one like the part of your life that you're in now on one side and then like your past on the other side. I really like that. That's really cool.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. And there's a ton of other stuff. Like there's in the back there's a mural that I passed by in France that I thought was really cool when I went on a
Mhm.
trip there. Just tons of little buildings and stuff. There's Appa from
Avatar?
Wow.
Mhm.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
I blanked on that. Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah. He's riding in the clouds and just some cool little Easter eggs and stuff that my friends know and little stuff like that. It was a lot of fun to design. Yeah.
Yeah.
very
That's
cool.
sick. I love that. So
Um,
this is me.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
I got
Uh,
completely messed up with the whole cable.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh,
Can you
sorry.
tell me about your writing process for this album?
Yeah. So about half the songs are I actually wrote back in like January, February of 2019.
Oh.
And they were I was in a songwriting class and they were written down in this black book. And then they didn't make the cut for the first EP, and I put them on the shelf for a while, and they really needed to get dusty before I picked them back up again.
Yeah.
And kind of reworked and whatnot. So half of the songs are like that, and then half of them are just new. My writing process, I've kind of been in a battle of music first or lyrics first. And
Yeah.
I've really started to work with lyrics first and really find the meaning behind stuff and find a theme first, and then okay, what does that sound like? What do I hear in my ear? And really listening to myself. When I read the words and when I read the text, and finding every single sound in my head that's really occurring. And I think that's really reflected in the like orchestral nature of this album. There's just so many sounds, and I had strings and brass and all these thick textured parts really on each individual song. And I really kind of listened to what was in my head and really got to put it down on paper,
Yeah. That's super cool. I love that.
Yeah, thank you.
So what song on this album took the longest to write, and what is your personal favorite?
What took the longest to write? I could tell you I Had a Good Night took the longest to record because just of the many different layers of sounds. In the chorus, you can hear, like, I think it's probably 40 tracks at once saying, I had a good night, I had.
Oh my god.
Just of all my friends and people and stuff, and just a lot of tracks like that. So that definitely took the longest. And my favorite is probably Oh Relax My Dear. That was kind of, I guess it was also the longest song to write, I guess, because that was the first song I really wrote in the songwriting class, and I put it on the shelf, and it had its own meaning back then, but I gave it a new meaning now. It went through probably 3 to 4 different final versions where I didn't like it, or I didn't like the sound, and I completely changed it, and so it's really cool. I really like the version that I have now, the big thick orchestral end, and then it cuts to my friend Mac, who recorded the background vocals. It just cuts to her at the end, and it's this amazing moment I just really love. And so that's definitely my favorite song.
Yeah. It's a very, very good song. That one's also my
thank you.
favorite. So I love just everything about it. It's great. So
Thank you.
yeah, good choice. Obviously, it's your
Thank you.
album, of course. Whatever. So you already mentioned it, but you cover like a very wide genre in this album. You have a lot of
Yes.
different layers and song, just tunes, everything just sounds different, but it works together very well. How did that come about? Also, throughout the album, you have like this AI robot character that's talking.
Yes.
How did that happen, and what inspired that character to
Ooh,
just
okay.
come about?
I'll address those. The AI character. I've kind of started writing the story that I post about on my Instagram. I post videos of it,
Mhm.
and the AI voice is kind of like it's your hippocampus, which is where you store your memories in your brain.
Oh.
So that's my hippocampus talking, and in the storyline that I'm creating, uh, these memories come to me in my sleep and in my dreams, and it's just like living in those moments, temporarily, that just gives me, a great sense of happiness and wonder and whatnot, I guess. So that's the voice of my hippocampus,
That is
which
so
is great.
creative. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Hey,
Yeah.
thank
I
you.
didn't even know that was like a thing. I don't man. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it was so cool. Like I was like, I need a character, I need a voice, and that perfectly fell into my head, and I said yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Um, and what was your first question? I forgot.
And how did you manage to blend so many genres
Oh,
together?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. People ask me what genre my music is, and I honestly don't know what to tell them. I tell them indie pop as a very blanket term.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Oh Relax My Dear is more, and Still I Drive to that extent, is a very kind of like EDM-ish,
Hmm.
EDM-ish Sanholo type. And then like I Had a Good Night is like straight AJR,
Hmm.
very indie pop. Homebody is just very slow and thick, and I would say Ed Sheeran type.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think of my music in a genre. I just make it, and then it's kind of creating its own thing. So I feel this album was like the perfect conglomerate of all the sounds in my head and what's really happening. And I really like it. It's kind of I'd say like a splatter paint,
Splatter paint. Yeah.
yeah, of sounds and craziness and order, and yeah, I really like it.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Sick.
thank you.
That's very cool.
Thank you.
So where's your headspace at while you're writing this album?
What do you mean by that?
Like,
Oh
oh
man.
man, I was really sad overall
Oh,
throughout this entire album.
Yeah.
It was like, actually, I was in a good headspace while doing this. A lot of stuff happened, but it was good. This is how I
Yeah.
vented
What were
through
you
it.
thinking? What were you feeling?
Yeah.
yeah. I feel just because I wrote this over such a long period of time.
Yeah.
I mean, long meaning a year and a half.
Hmm.
Um, it's been like an emotional roller coaster, really. So I first, Still I Drive and Oh Relax My Dear are probably my the biggest like sad boy hours kind of songs, and so those were definitely written in a state of depression and kind of feeling very lost. Um, and I mean, Oh Relax My Dear kind of follows that whole journey of being found and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um, and then kind of the transition into um, hmm, I would say it really teaches the lesson of like being together with people. Like
Hmm.
I Had a Good Night is very happy, very fun, and that's because I'm with my best friends. I'm with the people I really care about. Homebody is that really warm fuzzy feeling because it's with my girlfriend, with someone I really love. So I feel my headspace kind of definitely takes a journey throughout the whole thing, and so it's kind of perfectly represented in the sadness and in the happy moments, and in the lost moments. Like A/B is just like pure confusion and chaos in my head, uh, and yeah, so my mind kind of jumps all over the place, but at the same time, it takes the journey throughout each song. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
again, that's so cool. Awesome.
Hey,
Sick.
thank you.
So still kind of on the same track.
Mhm.
I want you to describe this album in 3 words for new listeners. Off the top of your head, as fast as you can.
Okay, energetic, thought provoking,
Hmm.
and uh,
One
I
more.
already said energetic.
Yeah.
Make thought provoking 2 words.
No,
That's a hyphen in
it's
it.
hyphened. Yeah,
We'll remove the hyphen because we add hyphens to words all the
Thought
times.
provoking.
Yeah, we'll just break all the rules.
Just
thoughtful
thought, yeah.
and yeah.
Exactly.
There we
Energetic, thoughtful, provoking. Great.
And
Look at that.
good job,
Look at
Shane.
that.
Good job.
I'm so smart.
Thank you, Shane.
So where do you see this project in the next 5 years?
Crazy. I'm not. I mean, I'm confident that if I, if people still like me, if people don't start hating me, I'll do this till whenever. I really can't wait till we can open up and houses can open up and I can start playing shows. That'd be really cool. I really want to do that because I just like okay, I guess I'll go a little bit of story time. On Friday we had the small release party, limited to 12 people because of our village regulations, and it was just really cool being in a room just full of people and they all like knew the song and they were like singing, and that was crazy to me. And I was like, wow, people will want to sing this together. Sure,
Yeah.
I'll do that as many times as I can.
That's really cool.
So I really want to play shows as soon as possible. Definitely, I'm working with some of my other on their projects this winter, recording and mixing and whatnot, and then I'm making it a goal of myself to release a single every month of 2021.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. That's a big thing.
Thank you. Yeah. That'll get I'll have a firm foundation during winter session. I'll have some time off of school and whatnot to work on that, and then I'll just kind of see that through, and we'll see what happens. Yeah. I'm very excited.
Solid.
Very
Yeah,
exciting.
as you should be. Sick.
Yeah, thank
So for the last couple questions, we're actually going to shift away from music, if that's okay with you.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to go straight to death row then.
Boom.
So
Okay.
if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Mega quadruple boom.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Thank
With a
you,
drink,
Shane.
I would say chocolate chip pancakes.
Ooh, okay.
With there's this place from in Western New York that I really like. It was actually banana pancakes with this caramel sauce over it. It was so good.
Ooh.
And drink, I mean, I would have to go probably like a chocolate milkshake or something. I feel that's a pretty like standard answer, but like
Yeah.
chocolate milkshakes just slap,
They do. They do.
That's completely valid.
They really hit the spot. Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Oh, a fictional world for a week.
It only gets
I mean,
harder.
the
from
top
here.
of my head is just Narnia, but like
Narnia.
that's like Narnia is cool. There's just like so many different places. I'll stick with Narnia, I'll go through a closet and find a snowy wasteland.
Exactly, why
that's
not?
cool.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, with kings and queens and whatnot, and
That'd be pretty cool. And a talking lion,
yeah.
like
woodland creatures. Yeah,
Exactly, that'd be
that's
pretty cool.
I'd
That'd be pretty
like
cool.
to talk to a deer.
exactly. Who
guess.
wouldn't?
Yeah, I mean, don't knock it till you try it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. So
Deer whispering. Yeah.
deer whispering. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person we've spoken to has said it's the most important question.
Okay.
What's your favorite color? It's a very hard
So
question.
I don't have one,
Oh my
but-
god. Okay.
but
What?
I've picked yellow for this kind of album cycle.
All right.
Because I talked about my childhood home that I left
Mhm.
on the right side of the album cover. And the top left window is where my bedroom was. And when I was 6, my mom said, "Seth, what color do you want to paint your room?" And I told my mom, I was like, "Hey, this shade of piss yellow. Let's do that." And she said, "Okay." And so I
She
had
let that
this
happen?
shade. She let that happen. It was
Ah.
awful. Like it was just like it wasn't this shade. It wasn't this nice, like, pretty
Yeah,
pastel.
warm.
No. It
Yellow,
was like
yeah.
a darker.
Well,
it
piss
was,
can
it
like
was
be
a
just
warm,
pissy.
Lori.
piss. I know, but
Yeah.
no,
Piss is
it
very
shouldn't
warm.
be.
It's very
But it was like
warm.
it was like the piss you take after you wake up in the morning, where it's just like everything's kind of draining. So it's just like dark and gross and like
Yeah,
Oh.
murky.
yeah,
That's
yeah, murky,
murky piss.
A
my
murky
favorite kind of
pee.
piss.
So wrong.
yeah. So I had that paint color for like 10, 12 years.
Wow.
And I repainted it like a year before we moved out, but that yellow really haunts me, and
Yeah.
it's like that was my backdrop for when I first started making music. So that's kind of what led to that decision. But yeah,
Alright.
an ugly
A
color.
piss
Yeah.
yellow.
A
piss
piss
Alright.
yellow.
Piss
Yeah.
yellow. Wonderful.
Yeah, definitely,
Love
yeah.
to see it.
Incredible. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, as Glory said, that is all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Ooh, yeah. You can check me out on Instagram at Big Big Sigh, one word. I mean, my Spotify and all listening platforms. Twitter is Big Big Sigh Music. Facebook is just Big Big Sigh. Literally reach me anywhere. DM me, reach out to me, comment on anything, and I'll talk to you. I love meeting new people, and I love connecting. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's where we'll leave it.
All right. Awesome.
So, thank you for sitting down with us. This has been Big Big Sigh, and we are the Good Noise Podcast.